Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another edition of Find Ways to Win. I am your host, FitzgeraldStephens. I appreciate you guys inviting me in your homes, your office, your car, wherever around the world you're listening to me. Hope your day is going great. Hope everything's working out the way you planned, the way you envision, and more importantly, the way you're working for, working towards. I want to talk to you guys about an extremely critical subject. And the title of this stream is going to be Never Lie to Someone Who Trusts You and Never Trust Someone Who Lies to You. Being trusted is the highest honor that a human being can give to another human being. Don't betray it. Trust is the foundation of all great relationships, the absolute foundation, the absolute lifeblood, just as betrayal is the death of all great relationships. The trust cannot it coexist with anything except truth. It can't trust can't hide in the shadows. Trust can't do like half facts or anything like that. Trust depends upon the absolute openness of one party to another in order to keep that relationship going and keep that relationship flourishing and prospering. And one thing about trust is it's very delicate. It can be established over years and yet destroyed in seconds. Once it is broken, it will never ever be the same. I like to use it to the fine china plate analogy. You could take a piece of very expensive china. You take it out. You decide that you're going to prepare a meal. You get it too close to the edge of the table, and lo and behold, it slips on the floor and shatters into 1,000 pieces. You're like, okay, gosh, I hate that happened. But let me get some tape and try to glue these things together. Question: will the china plate ever be the same again? Will it ever have the same feeling to you, the same look to you, even though supposedly it has been taped and glued together? Ladies and gentlemen, that's what trust is. Once it is broken, it will never ever be the same. Think very hard before you decide to betray someone who believes in you. Decide to lie to someone who trusts you. Hello, Miss Maria, and think extraordinary hard. Now, I want you to know something. Here's a little interesting piece of information. Trust and forgiveness are two different solar systems. Trust and forgiveness are two different solar systems. Hey, you can forgive someone who betrayed and who damaged who had sought to lie to you, but you may never trust them again. You may never see them the same way again, but you completely forgive them. You move on, and even if you have to, under some circumstances that you have to be involved with this information, everything they now say or everything they now do is questioned. It comes like, do they really mean that? And you're forever on guard with that person, as well as you should be. True and great friends and true and great relationships, that is the number one hallmark they have between each other. It's trust. Trust also has many things that sits on top of it, that is popped up. Trust is like a pillar of like the main pillar of relationship. Let me tell you what else sits on that. Respect rests upon a pillar of truth. Love can rest upon the pillar of truth. Admiration can rest upon the pillar of truth. Confidence can rest upon the pillar of truth, and so many other things that you can name within your own mind. But if you pull trust out from that, all of that crumbles down. Be very careful. Be very careful from betraying someone who trusts you or lying to someone who trusts you, and definitely do not expect the relationship to be the same after that is done. Never, ever trust someone who lies to you, because that is a serious character deficiency. And it's not. And when things start getting exposed, and they will be, They will. What is done in darkness will always come out the light. Things start getting exposed. The person may say, "Hey, this wasn't me. I didn't mean that. I was frightened. I was scared." Okay, I can understand those things, but nevertheless, if enough pressure is put on that individual, they will betray the relationships. Do you really, really want to be 100% aligned with someone like that? Can you afford that? Can you afford to go in business with an individual who has that little chink in their armor, but it could be the unraveling of your business or the unraveling of your relationship? Can you really, really afford that? I say no. I mean, and trust, when you really start searching for it, it has to be built over time. How much time it takes, it depends upon the individuals. How many times have you had to break trust? One time. One time. With my particular personality, I don't know where I got it from. Maybe it's from birth, or maybe it's my bent. Maybe someone could say even my astronomy sign of being a Virgo. With what I do and the way I'm built, if I trust you, I trust you. I trust you. I trust you, and I'm loyal to you. And I'm and I will go to bat for you, provided you're right and everything like that, moral character. But if you betray my trust, you'll never get a chance to get it again. I simply won't see you the same way. I've been like that since I was a child. And now that I'm an elder right now, it's actually more solidified. If you break it up, I can have relationship with you. I can have even some fellowship, but it will never be the same as it was before. As a matter of fact, my loyalty that I have for you, where I was playing strong offense and strong caring about it, and looking at the thing, giving you the benefit of the doubt. Now my defense is just as strong against you. I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm analyzing every single thing. I'm looking for holes in your story. I'm seeing. I don't fellowship with you the same. I don't see you the same way again. Forgive, of course. Move on, of course. But the trust is gone, and I don't come back. Okay, maybe that's something on me. Maybe that's something I need to deal with. I don't think so, because at the end of the day, well, one of the reasons why I take lying and betrayal so dang personal, because I never would have pulled after you. I never would have given you that. It would have given you that. But like I said, I'm loyal to a fault. And so people like me process things differently. We look at things, our business relationships and our friendships and who we choose to evolve in our lives is very, very precious to us. And it takes a lot for some individuals, and I happen to fit in this category, and I know quite a few to do fit in this category. It takes a lot for you to get inside our circle. So how dare you violate that? Or how dare I violate yours? And so we don't hear not enough of talk about this. Like we often we hear there has to be more room for counsel, more room for training. Let me tell you something. You don't need counsel and training. Not to lie to someone who trusts you, not to betray someone who trusts you. You don't have to. You don't have to have counsel to know that's just simply not the thing to do. You need much counsel as you need someone to show you how to breathe air into your lungs. That's nothing to talk about. That talk like that is foolish to me. There are certain things that you just don't cross the line. And there is no reason for it when you do. Save all the excuses, save all the things that you want to do, but the bottom line, you cross the line. And so when you're looking for far as for relationships and business and any other things that you choose to go into, you got to ask yourself the question: can I trust this individual? Is this individual reliable? What happens if this was to be betrayed? How much risk could this person put me into? And so certain factors that you look for. Are they a person that keeps the word? You check them out. They're a person that keeps their word. Here's a big one. Do they cheat on their spouse? Go second, they're gonna cheat on their spouse. You know, who am I for them not to do the same thing to me? You see how you start analyzing this thing and looking at things real deep. Do they cheat on their reports, or do they fudge the numbers, or like that? Well, those are all credibility issues, and if they and who cares how good they look on paper, and who cares how good they look on the internet or anything on the resume. They're showing lack of trust. They're showing that they can't be trusted. So why in the world would I want to be in business with someone like that, or in relationship with someone like that? And better yet, why would you want to be in business with someone like that, or a relationship with someone like that? You can't overlook that facts, ladies and gentlemen. It's not in the good looks and how nice a person talks, how nice a person present themselves, whether they're skilled in this area, or whether they have this great thing going about them. But if they lack trust, everything is off the table. You have to understand that. And so there's only so far you will let them in, and so far you can deal with them if you choose to deal with them. And as my daddy would say, with people like that, I prefer to feed them with a long handle spoon, preferably a shovel, but definitely a long handle spoon, because you can't allow someone to have that crazy backdraft on you. These are hard decisions that people have to make, and sometimes people just simply lack the courage to make them. But they have to be done. You must be able to evaluate a person's character. You must be able to evaluate a person's business or a business before getting involved with them. How do you evaluate for a business before getting involved? It. You understand numbers. Numbers don't lie. As an old boss taught me one time, numbers don't lie, provided you're getting the real books, and you got to understand that. And to verify whether a business is reliable, you need to look at the numbers. To verify if a person is reliable, or should I say trustworthy, you need to look at the background. They will have built a background of either a truth or betrayal, and all I need is one betrayal in it, and the whole deal's off. No, because once again, what makes you so special? What makes me so special that they're not going to do this to me? I have one of my two brothers, and one of the brothers. We're all three different. All three of us are different. Same parents. So just three of us. We're all very much different, yet we're all very much same. I like to say to my brothers and I, we are three yet one, and we move as one unit, and we definitely look out for each other. But we have some different personality traits, but we understand the other's personality traits. So I have one of my brothers, and he in his life he would say, my brother Fitzgerald. He loves everybody. He starts everyone off at 10, and then he starts deducting points from you. I in turn start you off at 1 and start adding points. Two different philosophies. Two philosophies get the same thing. But his, I have come to learn over the years, as superior as mine, his trust has to be earned. I used to be one of those similar like my mother's been. Hey, I trust you. I give you the benefit of the doubt until you break your word, or until you give me reason, and then you get the other side of me. I either trust you or I don't. Now, I either trust you or I don't. The brother that I just told you about, he trusts you in slow motion, drip drops, and you have to build that up. Okay. Now, are either one of them wrong? No, it's just the way we process things. But if you're looking to really, really harness relationships, really develop good relationships, and more importantly, really keep those relationships, never lie to someone who trusts you, and definitely never trust someone who lied to you. It's simply not worth it, because once a foundation of betrayal has been established, look for it to come up, and look for it to rear up its ugly head, and more matters down the road. Look for it to mirror up and more matters down the road. I have friendships, and just a few. Friendships that I have cultivated darn near over 30 years. One with two of them come in mind about 34, 36 years. With these same men. We were teenagers together. We the early 20s, should I say? To one of them was a teenager with me. One of the I have a good relationships with going on about 16 years. The key component of that, we have never betrayed each other's trust one time. Never. Because all it takes is one time and the friendship is over. See, men like me and the men I'm talking about, we understand the rules of the game. That is the rules of the game. And we have said some pretty personal things to each other. We have ran business plans and ideas around each other. We don't need that get up. I don't need to know that if I'm at my weakness, or they don't need to know if they're at their weakness, that they can't come trust their friend in this and if it's going to be all over the 6 o'clock news. No, you get one time to break that trust. How many marriages are destroyed because of trust? But because of trust, lack of trust, betrayal. How many great business opportunities are destroyed because of the same? You say, "Oh, I didn't mean it. That's just one time. That's just one time I did that. It shouldn't be a big deal." It's a hell of a big deal, because what you shown me that you're not reliable. You shown me that you walk in deception. You shown me whether why should I get in business or relationship with you? And keep in mind, there are several types of relationships. For example, it doesn't take much for me to meet a man at a cigar bar and us having a cigar and just talk about sports and things, or the weather. Those are generalities. That's not going to come back and bite me. But if I'm talking to you, about close business concepts or close personal concepts of things that can move my life or your life to the better, that you have confided in me, how would you feel if I betrayed that? This is a very big deal. This is a very, very big deal, and more people really need to start taking this much more serious. There is no greater, higher honor, as I said earlier in the stream, for someone to trust you, not love you, trust you. Oh, love is another thing that sits on a pillar of truth. No, either you have it or you don't. And if you don't have it, well, you can start right now by getting it. And you can start analyzing yourself and see what is the character flaw that allows you to give that away in the first place. Are you afraid of something? You're scared? Or are you trying to be something that you're not? Do you think people are going to look at you differently? Hey, I'm not advocating going out there and tell everybody your whole life. Some things just simply ain't their business. But you have to work on that, and you have to be willing, to eliminate those weaknesses out of you that will cause you not to be trusted by someone. Because there are certain relationships, ladies and gentlemen, they are so precious, they are so vital. You will never get them back again once you betray them. It's just some people who are built like that. You're talking to one. You will never get. I will never look at you the same. I will never see you the same. I will never process you the same. Now people say, well, okay, Fitzgerald or Mr. Fitzgerald, who are you? What difference does it make? Buddy, you want a friend like me, and you want a friend like people like me. We're loyal to you. We're going to be loyal to you. We're going to come after you. We're going to help support you. We're going to, we are going to be a true friend. And I promise you, we are not easy to find. You just don't go down to a local grocery store and purchase us. And so if you are honored enough to have someone in your life like that, don't give it away. If you're on it, if she or he is a part of your life, you ought to have that. Don't betray it. Because people like that take betrayal very, very personal, because they simply would have never done it to you. Work on yourself. Work on being authentic and true. Often I hear in the marketplace, I keep it real. I want to be real, but a lot of times it's not the relationship. That's not the truth of the matter is, or rare it is the truth of the matter. You want someone who's authentic. Woman, don't you want someone that you could tell you can unload, through your tears and through your anger, through your frustration, knowing that it's not going to go anywhere. Man, don't you want someone who you can talk to in moments of excitement or in moments of defeat, and talk to someone who's going to get you back on track, and you're not going to be betrayed by that person? You know how many mental health problems come as a result of people holding everything in because they simply don't have a friend that they can really be themselves. This is a very, very big deal. You know how many business deals are uprooted, are sabotaged because someone who had received the gift of trust betrayed that. Loose lips, ladies and gentlemen, do sink ships. We want to be reliable. We want to see people. See people reliable. In the book of Proverbs, it says a good name is to be treasured more than silver and gold. Can people trust you? Can you trust yourself? Are you one that people look at? I can trust that man and woman. No, I can confide in that man and woman. If you have that trait, you are extraordinary and valuable upon this earth. And I also want to leave a little sidebar to those people who have been betrayed through very close relationships, through very close business relationships. Hey, you know what? Don't blame yourself. Okay, that's over with. That's done. Learn from it. Learn with it. Whether you choose to deal with that person again, that's on you. But learn better. Learn yourself better. Become stronger. Develop care. Don't get out there and hate. Don't ever let someone bring you down to the position that you hate them. That they're not worth that. Okay, but learn from that. Get back up with more wisdom and get back out there and complete again. It's not love that hurts you. It's putting that trust in the wrong person that hurts you. Love ain't got nothing to do with it. Love is great. Love is wonderful. No, so that don't intermingle the two. You just chose to confide into someone who simply wasn't worth your trust. So simply someone, who wasn't worth the relationship you gave them. Understand that, whether it be in business, whether it be in love, understand that and move on. Go on, and celebrate life and celebrate the day, and it's something powerful about finding a confidant, as someone you can trust and you can rely on, and getting more clarity about the situation. It's something very, very powerful about that, and you are fortunate indeed if you're like that to someone and someone is like that to you. Very, very fortunate. Now, and so that is not something to be taken lightly. This was a stream I didn't plan to make, but it just impressed upon my spirit to make it. I was going to go a different way, and I will bring that one a little bit later. But definitely work and develop a relationship of trust. And one of the things how you establish relationship trust, stop telling people you can trust me. Oh man, I've heard that so much. You could trust me. You could trust me. I'm weary of people who tell me I could trust them. But my God, let your actions show, because I'm looking at it anyway. I'm already analyzing and going behind my mind. Like, dude, you telling me, dude, a woman, you telling me I could trust you, a businessman, businesswoman, you telling me I could trust you. I don't care about what your talk much say. I'm going to look at your record. I'm going to look at your background. I'm going to research your butt. And if I can trust you, there's going to be a consistency come back of trust. But let me find one betrayal. I might even tell you about it. I might not even tell you about it all. I just won't do business with you in the way you think it will. I just won't sit and talk to you in the way that you think I will. No. So those are some of the keys I've learned from walking around on God's earth, for several decades, and these are things that will put you in a position of mental and physical strength, financial strength, be very, very careful who you trust. Be very, very careful who you trust. And also on the flip side of that, ladies and gentlemen, be very, very careful who you betray. No, not all people are the same spiritual rank. There are some people who are much higher in the spirit, and you dare not do things like that to cross them. There's another power that looks after them, you know, and what you give out will come back to you. So let's go out. Let's go about trying to be a better a better judgment of character. Let's go about trying to be a better man, a better woman. You know, as far as for ourselves first, and those who we represent second. You know, let's go out there. Let's go out there in wisdom. Let's, you know, if you don't have it, ask God for it. Let's go out there and be wise in our relationships. You know, enough of this stuff. I got 50 of my best friends. No such thing. You're fortunate if you find two, three. I'll give it the max. Three over a lifetime. I'm one of those men who has that, and I'm grateful for them. No, and one thing we have it in common between us out of all the decades. We have never, not once, betrayed each other's trust. Yes, it is that vital because all it takes is one time, and the relationship is never the same, or it is destroyed. Remember that when you're attempted to lie to someone who trusts you. Remember that when you attempt to betray someone who trusts you. No, that think very hard about that. Your thing, if they trust you, you can go to them in truth. Hey, I got this situation. I don't know how to deal with it. You know, I'm afraid right here. Can you help me navigate? Because I don't want to walk down another path. Maybe they'll be mad a little bit about what you're saying, but you know they will respect you because you trusted them. Think about your actions before you get ready to go into them. You know, think about who you're going to go in business with, who you're going to go in relationship. Are they trustworthy? And if you have that, never lie to someone who trusts you, and never trust someone who lies to you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is FitzgeraldStephens of Find Ways to Win. Please hit that like, subscribe, and share button if you found value in what I'm saying. You know, we appreciate your support and like to give out shout out to all the new subscribers and all the people who think enough of my channel to click it and listen to it and to share it. Hey, I greatly appreciate you guys. You know, until next time, you guys have an awesome day. Much love and respect, and I hope you get everything that you're gunning for. But I hope you get everything that you're gunning for in the right way. God bless you all. Thanks again.